Welcome to the KSW podcast, episode 3. Technically episode 5?
Technically.
Because, yeah, we had part 1 is now split into 2 parts, and part 2 is now split into 2... Sorry, episode 2 is now split into 2 parts as well, so...
So consider this episode 3, part 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
We are... it's the first part to the epic trilogy that is this podcast, even though it'll go on indefinitely, like the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah, I guess this is the episode where we decide we're sticking with it for now.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks.
And we're thinking we're getting the hang of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier just to talk now.
And the official title, as you heard, is KSW, so...
So we're sticking with that, and he's some wheezes.
Yeah, like, I think it's not so much about the fact that we do knee slaps and wheezes. It's more the fact of when it happens, it'll be funny. Like, if you hear us wheezing and knee slapping, then you know to laugh along, haha.
Yeah, it's like a applause button. Like, hey, laugh.
Yeah, like in those shitty sitcoms and stuff like that.
Yeah. It just so happens we are the live studio audience, and the crew, and the talent.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I've always hated those fucking sitcom like laugh tracks.
Oh yeah.
Say laugh, basically. Yeah.
I think if the show's actually funny, it works.
Yeah.
If it's like Big Bang Theory and they just laugh at every second thing that the characters do, no, not really.
Also, I'd like to apologize for my cough and sniffiness today. I think I have glandular fever.
Oh no, that's cool. Is what it is. Everyone's sort of
glandula's around sometimes.
Yeah, it's just that time of the year.
Yeah. Well, we're entering spring now, so good shit.
Yeah.
Now, something I wanted to touch on from previous episodes, we have thumbnails, yeah?
Yeah.
And they're mainly like alien imagery, like UFOs and stuff.
Yes, that is correct.
I would like to explain that a little bit.
Do it.
And the explanation is, drumroll, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there's really no reason. I guess they were like slight topics that were brought up, but I
figured it was because of the pitch in episode 1.
Yeah.
We were digging into the whole aliens thing, and the first one was just an alien thing, because we were talking about it for a while. And then number 2, we sort of just did it again, and I like that.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, we just stick to it.
Yeah, I like the paranormal, and I think we have touched on it a bit this episode, so not this episode, fucking the previous episodes. Yeah, I'm a little bit out of it today as well because of the snuffiness. But anyway, have you done anything interesting lately?
No.
What have you been up to? You seen anything?
Sweet FO.
Yeah.
I've been so poor recently, and last few days just been a haze. Like I said, I've been on fast forward at the moment, so just
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you got a haircut.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
You used to have hair. Okay, so Jeremy used to have hair down to below his shoulders, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
like Jesus level hair.
And now he's got like.
And I just chopped the tail off, so now it's almost like a bowl cut. Almost.
Yeah.
It's like not really. Like the bottom half of my head was already shaved, so it sort of looks weird.
Yeah.
So I need another haircut.
But yeah, just the back looks weird. From the front, it looks fine. But yeah, I was thinking, you know how we were talking about a lot of like our experiences last episode?
Yeah.
Kind of leading on from that, what's your biggest mistake or choice that you could take back? Like your biggest regret?
Biggest regret?
Yeah. I figured that was something we kind of missed out on. Like, because you always regret something, I find. There's always some.
Biggest regret?
For me, I think it was just like opportunities. I guess whenever I got presented with something and I didn't take it, even though like...
Oh, so you think you haven't made a mistake necessarily. Your mistake has been not making a mistake.
Well, it was a mistake not taking up... I have made mistakes.
It still counts as a mistake to not act.
Like in grade...
It's like different.
In grade 3, putting rubbish down the toilet was a mistake and I regret doing that. But like...
Like, do you regret doing the things which do you regret more, doing the things you did or not
The things
doing
I
the things
didn't
you
do.
wanted to do?
Yeah, the things I didn't do, I think, even if they were risky, like,
That's I think that's an interesting thing to think about, because when I think about regrets, I immediately think of things like stupid shit I have done that I then go, well, I wish I didn't do that.
but you see, yeah, it
Like,
goes
the
the other
things-
way.
Like the things that I didn't do, like in my mind, it's like, well, the things I didn't do, it's like they're just things I didn't do.
Yeah, like whenever friends were going out doing something and it sounded to me like it was like, you know, bad things could happen out of it, I just didn't do it. That's what I mean by opportunity, like the
Okay.
opportunity to have fun. But there are also like more like aspiration opportunities, I guess, like
Yeah.
things that pop up that I just never took. But
Oh yeah, that's
I do like the opportunities I have taken, like uni and stuff like that. But
yeah.
yeah, I think, yeah, it was more like the things that I didn't do that I regret the most. But then some of the things I did do, I also regret, like
Yeah.
some shitty parties and stuff like that, which, you know, we'll get onto in later episodes because I already have like something I really want to talk about, but the person needs to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Another up. I think biggest regret was probably dropping out of uni. That's up there.
Even though that was a shitty course you were in.
It wasn't a very good course. It wasn't a very good, I guess, period of my life.
Yeah.
So it was like going through some shit, and I was getting pretty heavy in intoxicants and whatnot. When I think about it, it's like it sort of had to go that way because I wasn't actually invested in uni either.
Yeah.
It's like you take that gap year or whatever that you defer, and you go, oh yeah, I'll be able to just jump right back in.
It's
But
not
like
that
through
easy
that-
as far
through-
as I've heard.
Yeah, that year I got so used to having no real like school responsibilities, in that you have to pay attention while you're there, and then you take it home and then you work on it. Whereas I just got used to work responsibility, where
It's life, like all your life responsibilities that you're now living, and you're like, it's so
Yeah.
simple.
yeah, like I'm used to when I deal with a problem, I deal with the problem, then I go home and then I deal with something else, or I go home and I don't have to deal with anything because I've gone through the stress of the day.
This can be an interesting topic because I went straight into uni, and so I don't really have that opinion, like that side of the story. I don't really know what it's like to have a
Yeah.
gap year. That's so weird. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just schooled for most of my life. I don't know what like the real world is, I guess, in a sense.
It's not that great,
Yeah.
but
No.
it is pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of like freedoms to it, I suppose. Like
Yeah. You
Um,
don't have assessments to complete on certain times. It's always, oh,
No,
I
it's-
just need to go and do that.
yeah, it's pretty much as easy as just turning up for like days where someone that gives you money says you have to be at a certain place to do a certain task for a certain amount of time.
I think people are satisfied with just that, though. The fact that you can go somewhere and get the money that you want, that you need,
Yeah.
whereas I choose to go and study, so eventually I can start earning off of what I want to do.
That's pretty much why you go to uni, for that investment, where like you're investing a bit of your money and your time to develop like experience and skills and a reputation, so that like when you finish, if you've played your cards right, then you have like actual experience and people and connections and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can end up with a significantly better job than like me, because I'm just like at a server. It's like I don't think I'll be getting paid as much as you if you end up like making movies or whatever.
Yeah, well, interesting enough, if you're in the industry, like, it's about medium wage.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's not as much as people think. Like, you study, you'll get around the same amount of money, or just a little more, but it'll still be, like, it's just what you want to do, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't get into it for the money. You get into it because you have to be passionate for it.
Yeah, and that's what
Which-
some people don't realize. Like, people there are
which-
saying, oh, you know, it's good because we'll get a lot of money out of it. I'm like, you do realize that, like, you're not guaranteed a job, and two, it's not as much money as you're thinking. It's not 100 grand, it's like 50 grand.
Yeah, that's not a lot at all.
Yeah, 50 to 60 grand.
You'd make significantly more just getting into a trade.
But the thing is, also, the higher up in the industry you get, the more you earn as well. Like, the bigger your
Yeah.
name gets, the better you do your job, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Well, how high is high though? Do you mean like
What do you mean, how high?
famous? When you say like the higher
not
you go,
not high, like your
mean,
name's
like,
big,
fame?
like you do your thing good.
Okay, so it is based on like reputation or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because it would be all like deals and stuff. Like
Hmm.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And-
that makes sense.
I mean, most of the lecturers there, like, they own their own companies and stuff. Like, they do things behind the scenes, and they also do uni, so they earn a lot.
Yeah,
They earn a lot because of their businesses and
they'd be really busy though.
Oh yeah, but
Like they wouldn't have a lot of time to relax.
working as a lecturer gives you more money than working as someone who's like low tier in the industry.
True.
Yeah, like if you're a lecturer, I think it's like $90,000 or something like that.
Fuck. Okay.
And also high-end teachers do that too,
Yeah.
like senior teachers. But they also have their companies on the side and behind the scenes.
yeah.
Their production companies, particularly, that take on jobs and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's not so much like just trying to get into the industry. Like, you gotta build yourself up to do things like that,
Yeah.
to do multiple things, and yeah, be efficient with it. But you also need a lot of experience. So, yeah,
That is interesting because it doesn't sound unlike any other work anywhere. Like if you were to get into a trade or start in retail or whatever, you sort of have to actually make a name for yourself.
yeah,
Basically, like you have to show that you're good at your job
yeah,
and gather experience.
yeah, exactly. Now, moving on.
Yeah.
I went out one day to uni and I had my note of things for the podcast, like topics and stuff.
Mm.
And I come back one day, like I like a few nights later, like I didn't look at the note for ages, but I looked at it. Turns out that day I left for uni, my sister decided to write some topics down. And I've got them written down here, and I just wanted to say what they are. There's 3 of them. Have you ever hit the wrong hole?
No.
Ever wasted a sock?
What do you mean?
It can be in any context.
No. Wait. No.
And Hitler was a good man?
No.
Okay. All right, me
That
answering
was
that.
a no to all those questions.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
pretty much
that's
the
not bad.
same. Yeah, that was like a completely useless set of topics, Jess, so try better next time.
I mean, it's questionable if you answer yes. Mostly to the last one.
All right, let's assume. Have you ever hit the wrong hole? Yes, I've hit the wrong hole. Oh, and what context? Oh, you know, there was like a fucking rabbit hole once in a golf course, and I decided to hit the ball into the rabbit hole, and I hit the wrong hole, man.
Okay.
She didn't give much context to them, but I'm pretty sure we know what it means.
Yeah, yeah. What was the second one again? Wasted a sock.
Yeah, you ever wasted a sock? You know what that means.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the closest I could think of is probably losing a sock in the wash
Yeah.
or something like
Well,
that.
everyone does that.
Or like an odd sock you leave at like someone's place, and then it's like they end up having an extra sock. Then they don't know where it came from, and then you're missing a sock. You don't know where it went.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, all those questions is a flat no. Easy.
Well, Hitler was a good man was like more of a statement than a question.
Really?
Yeah, there's no question mark next to it.
Like, but how? It doesn't even make sense. How can you trick yourself into believing that he was?
Maybe you're delusional.
You'd have to be.
I don't believe he's a good man, but I think he did some cool things.
He was
not
good
in
at,
terms of killing people, but
he was good at what he did. But
You know that highway he made?
skewed morally. Hey,
You know that highway he made?
highway.
Yeah.
Did he make a highway?
I don't know. Apparently he made one of the biggest, fastest highways in the world in Germany. Well, yeah,
No,
it's in the world and in Germany.
it
So,
almost doesn't really matter. It's like,
well, I mean, he brought the economics. I don't know much about it, but I just hear that he's brought
if you do helpful and efficient things that actually benefit
the country.
the country or even the world, it's like you can still be like a bad person and do
yeah.
it at the same time. It's like,
Politicians, you hear that? Just because you're doing things like that doesn't mean you're a good person.
it's like you can choose to be a bad person. It's like you can easily get away with being a bad person. It's just like you just aren't a good man.
You know who would be good in this conversation?
Who?
What's his face? The guy that said that chemtrails are turning the frogs gay.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah. Alex Jones. That's the name. So yeah, he apparently got like kicked off or some shit. I don't know the exact story, but yeah, poor fucking guy. He'd be great to have on. Anyone
think
would
it's
be
gonna
great to
happen,
have on, honestly, at this point. Where are you, guess?
Guess
Come in.
Well,
Funny thing, we've actually got a lot of listeners.
yeah, that's surprising.
Like people who listen to the whole thing. So,
I find that a little hard to believe.
yeah, I do too. I'm like, do you really?
I mean, this is sort of just a banter podcast. We don't really have a
Isn't that most podcasts?
I suppose, but I mean, like, you have those podcasts that are like educational. They actually like have a solid topic to talk about throughout. Like,
yeah.
Whereas we sort of just sit here and just talk for an hour.
Kind of.
So
I mean, we do have topics,
like,
but
there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
people still listen to conversations, and yeah.
Yeah.
And I split them up to be more cohesive as well, so that's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not like complaining or anything like that. It's just, I don't know.
All I can say from the heart, if you are listening to the whole thing, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, that's.
Do go to our Patreon. No, I'm kidding. There's no Patreon.
Should we make a Patreon though?
No, we should make a Patreon.
I wouldn't mind getting a better PC for recording and stuff.
Yeah, well, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We might do a Patreon if we get big.
Well, I reckon
like as in fat. Like we really need help.
I reckon we could just make one anyway, and then it's because it's Patreon. Whoever wants to give us like $1 gives us $1.
I don't know. Not yet. I think not yet.
You seriously think not yet?
Yeah, not yet. No, we don't need it. We got our setup. We got everything right now. We got enough, so it works.
Yeah, and like
when we need a studio, we'll get a Patreon.
A studio, like an actual studio.
Whenever you need to like renovate this room into a studio, we'll get a Patreon.
Oh,
so you know what that looks like, huh?
It's gonna be before the end of the year.
Okay, that's cool.
Like,
all right. Well, Patreon's up, guys. Nah. But I guess in terms of platforms at the moment, elaborating a little bit because we've touched on how brands take you onto Spotify and all that. SoundCloud has this issue, and it's so weird. Like, obviously, it's dedicated to artists, and 3 hours of songs is a lot of content. I will agree, but they also support podcasts. But I don't see how that works when you're uploading a podcast. It's going to be long, and they have a 3 hour limit before you have to pay $16 a month. So
$16 a month.
I'm guessing that's for server size and stuff, but not even YouTube does that.
No.
And YouTube doesn't even have like a directed.
And SoundCloud doesn't do video either.
Huh?
SoundCloud doesn't do video either.
Yeah.
Isn't that where most of the size comes from as well?
Oh yeah.
Like,
it doesn't make any sense to me why SoundCloud's doing that. But
I mean,
they also promote you and stuff like that as far as I hear. But it really, like, if there was an option, just upload as much as possible and not pay, that'd be great, because YouTube does it better. I might as well just put it on YouTube. Then again,
you put something behind a pay gate, it's going to be less popular.
I don't know about that.
Oh, no. That's not a bad. Actually, no, that's not a bad way of filtering out white noise, I guess. It's like that's the problem with YouTube. This is like, because it's free and anyone can put anything up there. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit on YouTube.
Yeah,
like actual shit. Like,
that's like, I do like that. Like, I'm not saying it's bad necessarily. Like, it's good that most of the good artists and stuff put money into their, what they're putting up, like, to get it out there. And as far as I know, SoundCloud does well at like promoting it and stuff like that. Then there's Bandcamp, and I was looking at Bandcamp because I've seen it in the past, and I'm like, Bandcamp also supports podcasts. But the problem with Bandcamp is the size. Bandcamp can only take up to like an hour, so fucking 293 megabytes. The file I was able to get for the first episode, 294 megabytes on the 2 hours.
Oh, so you could only like just fit.
That's as far down as I could do it as a WAV format or a FLAC format. I couldn't get it any lower without like the quality being severely reduced.
Because like when you compressed it that much, was the quality like noticeably?
Well, the thing is, it's not really like, the format doesn't necessarily compress it. It like, well, yeah, it compresses it, but it's not like a compression method as far as I know. Like, it's not Wave. You can do all sorts of things with it.
Yeah.
All different compression types, but it's like a standard size and stuff that it'll be put down to. So even if I wanted to bring it down even further. Like, yeah, no, it just doesn't work. So I have to split it into 2 parts if I'm doing that. It can only take an hour, pretty much, before it hits 293.
All right, well...
With a little bit of overtime, but...
Yeah, it sort of just sounds like every other platform's just makes it a little bit too difficult.
Yeah.
And YouTube is just...
YouTube's just easy to do, so I'm going to try and put it on YouTube now. Only other issue is rendering, like... Because I want to put waveforms and a spectrum on it and stuff, but also have, like... Because the quality scales down the sound quality as well. So I want to keep it at like 720p.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty big file. It takes a long time to encode and stuff on a H.265 format, which I like to use more because it looks better. Everything's better. It's better compressed. I don't know why you're still using H.264 format.
It's just the classic one. People are just going to go with what's classic.
Actually, I think the reason is because H.264 is old and the processors and stuff like that just can handle it easier. H.265 though is significantly better. Like
if you can manage it, you should do it.
Absolutely. I think time isn't so much the problem. I can wait overnight for it to render. So yeah, that's that. I might even like cut some of that, but yeah.
Because that's actually something I've wondered. When we record these, so far we've been doing them mostly Tuesday mornings.
Yeah.
So if we record Tuesday morning, roughly when is it that you put it up? Is it like
it's like
next day?
9 o'clock that night. 9 o'clock tonight it should be up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I mean it's like harder to like cut the sound on like After Effects and stuff, so I'm gonna go through on like Premiere to cut the sound, say, and then render it on Premiere as high as I can, then go through on After Effects, or just bring it over into After Effects and not render it, and put like a video over the top with like a spectrum and that. I was playing around with that last week. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And so it will look good if you're like have it on another screen, for instance. But yeah, like that's the situation right now. Just we need to go onto YouTube because the other formats are just really annoying. I am gonna still.
Wouldn't be too bad. I think we can start at Spotify.
But brands like,
yeah, I think
they're not gonna take us unless we're big enough.
I'm pretty sure we can say we're our own like independent label.
Do you want to suss it out?
I remember I looked into it a little while ago, and I know it's possible. I can suss it out. Yeah.
Yeah, you should suss it out further because I couldn't find much on it. Most people say to go to a brand. I don't know. I don't understand it, but
no, I reckon we'd be better off doing our own like independent meme.
Yeah, it would be way better if this was on Spotify, but it just seems that it's a little tough to get it up there. Good joke.
Yeah.
So moving on. We were talking last week a little bit about paranormal beliefs and stuff like that. And are there any myths or monsters that intrigue you and make you believe that, you know, perhaps something is there?
Oh, okay. Wait, so like something mythical that I believe that makes me believe in that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like it could possibly exist. You don't exactly know, but it could exist.
I'd say the closest thing would probably be like ghosts and aliens.
Yeah,
because like
shit. Because that's like the past episodes what we've been talking about.
Yeah, just because they're also the most common. Like you have people with alien and ghost stories, but you never have people with like
Yowie stories.
Yeah, or like a vampire story. It's like,
although for some reason, even though like a lot of the stuff is fraudulent online, well not fraudulent. What's the fucking word? It's just not right online.
Bullshit.
I don't really know if I believe the Yowie or not. But there's something about it. Even Aboriginal like Dreamtime stories depict the Yowie, Bigfoot, you know, all that shit.
The funny thing about mythical stories and stuff is that, like, you think of something like the Yowie, and the only real part that everyone can agree on is that it's called the Yowie.
Yeah,
it's like it's a mythical beast, but like whatever descriptors you attach to it, it's like everyone's gonna think it's different.
Yeah.
So like, it's whatever name they slapped on whatever this thing that you can think it is.
But it's funny because if someone who thinks they saw a Yowie doesn't know what a Yowie is, tries to describe it to someone, they can
Yeah, someone
say
just,
it's a Yowie.
like you start to describe it, someone goes, "Oh, that must be the Yowie." When it's like, no, it's actually like whatever.
A really
whatever's
hairy
adjacent
cow.
to Yowie, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, like it was just a really weird thing you found in the forest, and you're also like half drunk, and it was really late at night, and
Yeah.
you're tired.
It was just a man in a suit.
and you didn't have flash on your camera at the time, and you took a photo, and it's like, whoa, that's the Yowie, but
It's
Well-
actually like a tree.
it's like it's just the front facing camera. It was actually you lost in the forest
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, we used to, like, whenever we were out in the bush or something, I'd tell Yowie stories and people would fucking just freak out. And, like, yeah, even when I was in Mulgowie at a friend's and we were sleeping there the night, I didn't actually sleep that night. I was up all night, but...
Because the Yowies were after you, dude.
Dude, the Mulgowie Yowie, that is a thing.
I think there might be something.
I think there's something that explains it, but it's not the Yowie.
Like, yeah, that's what I mean when, like, the Yowie's real, in quotation marks, but it's not, like, what everyone says it is.
Yeah.
It's like, it could actually be something that's real. It's just everyone has different interpretations of it, that it's like, well, no one can agree on anything. So it can't be as concrete a fact as something like 2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like everyone can agree that 2 + 2 is 4, whereas no one can really agree on what exactly the Yowie is or if it even exists at all.
You
Like-
see, whenever I've gone to, like, campsites and stuff, there's always been a Yowie story. Like,
Yeah, like
the school camps where we would go out to, like, just bushland areas, like, the people there would say, "Oh, Yowie," and it's like, "Oh, okay,
oh, okay.
yeah, I think so."
Well,
Like, grade 7, I went to this camp and they were talking about Yowies, and we're like, "Oh, okay,
so
cool."
what does the Yowie actually look like? What's it meant to look like?
Like Bigfoot, pretty much stereotypical Bigfoot depiction, except the Aboriginals
Oh.
depicted as much larger.
Okay.
Like, it's huge, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I'd say Bigfoot and the Yowie are close enough to believable. Oh, well, I actually thought you were going to ask me what paranormal beings that I think are cool, and I was immediately going to say dragon. 'Cause
Oh,
dragon-
yeah. Oh,
Dragon is
fucking
hands
dragons.
down both simultaneously the coolest and also the scariest, like, mythical anything of all time. Like, the dragon wins.
Yeah. When I was like in much younger, I don't know what fucking age I was, like 7 or 6. You know that movie Aragon?
Yeah.
That came out and my mate and I saw it, not together, but we just saw it, and we were obsessed with the idea that you could have like a dragon pact.
Yeah.
The fact that you could call down a fucking weapon of destruction and just
Fucking cool.
yeah, we used to like play imagining games and stuff, like Bridge to Terabithia shit, you know.
Dude, that's fucking rad.
Yeah, it was fun. That shit was great. And it was
Yeah.
also like Harry Potter games where like you pretend you have a wand and shit like that. I don't know if you
Yeah.
ever did that.
Yeah, no,
And like almost
absolutely.
everyone at the school did it.
Yeah.
This was a small school, but yeah.
No, that's fucking rad. Do you, like, believe in, like, magic and stuff then?
No, I don't believe in magic, but
Why?
I don't know. Nothing really proves it. It's so obscure. Like, I think there's forces in the universe that are akin to magic. Like, they're the same thing, really, but they're just like gravity, for instance. There's such an obscure concept in terms of like the universe.
Okay.
I don't like talking about the universe, but yeah, like it's a miracle that gravity exists. That, you know, a mass can pull an object. Like, that whole concept is, to me, like, just why, how? It's like the meaning of life. You don't really know. So I don't know. I think it's magic that we're here right now.
Well, you see, I think I do believe in magic simply for, like, the opposite reason you do, because I think simply because the concept of magic exists
That there is.
means that there should be.
Ah, so you're one of those
like-
delusional types.
No, it's not even like delusion. It's like,
It's illusion. You think the world's hiding it from us.
no, it's like you don't know everything. Like,
Yeah.
magic, like, literally magic is the unknown. It's like wizards are literally just are people that absolutely know more than you do.
Yeah, and they can hide it,
Yeah.
as Hogwarts has taught us.
Like, they might not even completely understand it in the same way we understand, like, science and we understand gravity. A wizard will comprehend and manipulate, and he'll be able to figure out what gravity is, and he'll go, this is a force and this is magic.
Is
Isaac
there
Newton is a magician.
is there
He's
any
a wizard, basically.
is there any oh
Like-
okay.
It's simultaneously like literal, but also like metaphorical and like metaphysical. It's like because magic doesn't exist just in something that's fantasy. It's like magic's in like real life.
Well, that was a real
It's
analysis
stupid.
of science.
It's stupid and it's confusing. And I think once it gets confusing, it's like it is easy just to dismiss magic entirely.
I mean,
in the same way, religion, you can dismiss religion entirely by saying, "Oh, it's all bullshit."
yeah, but so you're basically saying you're kind of saying the same thing I did, that it's magic that we exist.
Sorta, kinda, a little bit, but I also think I believe in like magic in the a little like I do also believe in magic in like the storybook sort of sense.
So you think that Harry Potter magic is a potential magic that could exist?
Well, no, because that's a bit too specific of a world. I think there could be like a version of something like Harry Potter that exists in the real world. Like there are people that know more about.
Oh, do you mean it could be like an underground society that just knows more and that has adapted them to a point where it's magic to us, the things that they know and do?
Sort of, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a grasp of this. This is really obscure to me.
I haven't really gathered my thoughts on this, and my brain's not 100% at the moment anyway. If I knew we were going to talk about this, I would have like made notes.
Yeah.
Had an actual thesis here.
Dude, I sent you the podcast notes.
Yeah, you did, but I didn't actually like make any notes of my own. For
Yeah,
the most part. I
you
sit
didn't
down and
analyze them.
I just sit here and riff. For the most part,
Well,
I
it's
figure out
good
what
to
I'm
come
talking
in
about.
blind, kind of.
I
Like,
think so. It helps the flow.
I don't think it helps the flow. I think it helps you bring your thoughts together. Like it's a process that's happening at the time, live.
Yeah, I think we can pick up this topic next week. I wouldn't mind talking about this topic again next week when I actually know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you write down some notes, bring it up.
Just Jeremy talks about magic for 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Kanye and Lil Pump's
Oh,
new
fuck.
song.
Fucking Roblox.
I was gonna try and like get this in by saying Minecraft is magic and then saying like, yeah, but
Minecraft is magic.
yeah, there's this funny video online called analyzing the lyrics of Kanye West and Lil Pump's "I Love It" by Astosist, something like that. Astosist. I can't say that's such a weird name, dude. But
Astrosist.
Astros, yeah, that's the one.
AZTROSIST.
Such a fucking funny video, but he's relating it to Minecraft and stuff. But you can tell the lyrics have nothing to do with their costuming and all that stuff.
So
what the fuck were they thinking? Like, what is the design documents of this? How does someone say, oh, they're dressed up like... You can't say Roblox characters because obviously it's not related to Roblox as far as I know.
I think it looks more like a Roblox. I
Huh?
think they look more like Roblox characters than Minecraft characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
But like, who sat? Okay, this is my theory. I think that the people who are behind Kanye decide what he does next. You know, the big boys in the companies and
you
stuff.
don't think
like that.
Kanye makes his own artistic decisions?
No, I don't think he makes his own. I think right
Oh.
now, someone else is making them for him, and they decided that even the last video he did, the one where he's like poopity scoop, it's a meme. This is now
Yeah.
a fucking meme. So I think whoever's behind the scenes is just making memes and trying to get him.
So you think
known-
they figured out the best way to tap into pop culture is using memes? Because that's
Yes. I think that's it.
the biggest thing at the moment. Like,
What? How else do you fucking explain that?
well, it's number one on trending, so surely it must be something in that vein.
Yeah.
Like you,
How do you explain that? You cannot explain that. It is a meme. That is the only reason it was made.
they did it for a meme.
Well, obviously the money, but the meme will give them money. They're number one on trending. Imagine how much money they got.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even want to... I almost don't believe this is real.
Like, and the lyrics? They have nothing to, like, nothing relates.
What's the song actually about? Like, what are the lyrics about?
I'm a sick fuck, I like a good fuck. Here we go. Actually no, I thought there was lyrics there. That's some of the lyrics. Here. You're such a hoe, I love it. I'll go to Kanye's stuff.
Oh god.
It's basically about
It's just a song about sex.
yeah, it's about hoes and sex and
Okay. So the chick is in normal clothes.
Wait! I have another idea.
And they're squares. Why are they squares?
I don't know. Okay. So assuming that they did, this contradicts my last statement where I thought that they didn't really relate it to Roblox and that they just wanted to make memes.
Yeah.
I think it has taken inspiration from Roblox, Minecraft, whatever the fuck they were thinking.
Yeah.
And the fact that who's this chick?
I don't know.
Whoever the chick is, and they're following her as these small Roblox dudes. I think the whole idea is that it's an analogy for nerds wanting big bitches. Not big bitches as in fat bitches, like hot chicks, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I think it's making a connection between geek culture and nerds and stuff.
I don't know, we should pull up the words, like lyric words.
And it's juxtaposed by what they're saying. Maybe they're saying that geeks and people who play Roblox can be just the same as any other normal guy, using that juxtaposition. The whole idea that they're saying, you know, these things in this culture that girls would find attractive or whatever through their eyes.
Yeah, fuck.
It's so fucking dodgy.
Oh my god. Shit, hang on. Well, in the intro, the chick says, "Cause you know, in the old days, they couldn't say the shit they wanted to say. They had to fake orgasms and shit. They had to fake orgasms and shit. We can tell niggas today, hey, I want to come, motherfucker."
It's facing the truth. Everyone plays Roblox, and everyone can say, "I want to come on you."
Yeah, you're such a fucking hoe. When the first time they ask you if you want sparkling or still, why are you trying to act like you was drinking? I honestly don't understand this song. I just pulled up in a ghost, fucked that bitch up out in London, then I fucked up on her cousin or her sister. I don't know nothing, and my niggas getting ignorant. Like a lighter bitch, we ignorant. All this water on my neck. Look like I fell when I went fishing. So much diamonds on my bust down. Oh fuck, what's the time? Me and Smoke Perp sip and drank. Oh fuck, she take lines. I mean, I think you might be onto something because they don't actually say anything about themselves. So just talking about how, I mean, Lil Pump's talking about himself in the first verse about how he's fucked like 3 chicks in one verse or whatever. But then like the rest of the song is just all about how everyone likes to bust a nut, basically.
Yeah. So do you think I was onto something with that whole theory about...
I think you can gather that from the video because the lyrics don't really tell you a lot, I think.
Yeah. Like you have to connect obviously the video with the what's being said.
Like it's easy to relate to this song because everyone likes to bust a nut. Like you can listen to the song and you go, yes, I feel similarly to the way these guys probably feel about busting a nut.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's also just for a meme. They're sort of just doing shit that they're like, hey, what's some of the most outlandish, weird shit that we could possibly do? I mean, it is a music video.
I think we should move on.
Absolutely. I don't. This is fucking stupid. This is so fucking stupid.
I don't know why I wrote this down. I just saw it and I'm like, all right, we need to talk about this new fucking thing. It's just.
It is. It's just meme. It's just a meme.
It's just
there's no
Kanye.
reason for it to exist.
It's just Kanye.
It's not. Yeah, it's just Kanye. There's no real.
Yeah, all right, we're going to move on. So, today, I decided that I would try and catch a bus to Jeremy's to save him the trouble. And so, me being out of the city, thinking that there's no inbound, outbound, I just looked for the number. I looked for, let's just say it's 144. I looked for bus number 144. And guess what? It took me off route instantly, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was already further than I should have been, And so I waited about half an hour until this bus decided to go back on its route. And so we ended up at an IKEA, and I decided to tell Jeremy, hey, can you come pick me up, dude? Like, I had no other choice, really.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could have gone all the way back and then gone to, like, the station I was meant to go to and all this stuff, but...
No, it would have just taken too long.
And this brings on the question, time versus money, what means more? Because obviously you spent your money so I can spend time here.
Yeah, it depends what you do with your time. I think time is more valuable because there's more potential with time than there is with money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, money can be more valuable because time is money because you convert your time into money.
I guess it just depends on, like, are you talking about in life or in jobs? Like, because in job, time is money, and in...
but that sort of applies in real life as well. I mean, you need time to do things you want to do, but then you also need money to do the things you want to do, and you work for the money.
Yeah.
And
but in terms of, you know, you buy me a bottle of grog and I spend my time with you, I guess in that sense, time is money. Money is time. But then again, I could spend time with you without the grog. So time is time then. Is time still equal to money?
I think that's a bit of a loaded phrase, time is money.
Yeah.
Because it means like two or three things at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
It could mean that time is literally money and that you can transform time into like literal cash money currency. But also time is in itself its own form of currency.
Yeah.
Like you'll have someone that's a millionaire, but he's still poor because he doesn't have any time because he has to make the money by working.
Yeah, but I mean it. I think in terms of like me spending my time with you, for instance, like you pick me up from the station every week,
Yeah,
and obviously you spend money on fuel. So,
well,
in that sense, what means more?
in that sense, time, because on the money side, it probably only ends up being like a few dollars.
Yeah, but
compared
like
to the time.
Yeah, and so I guess you find worth, like, you don't really care about the money at that point because I spend the time, and you spend the time with each other, really. So
Yeah, actually, I think about it. I think time is more valuable. I think money is valuable first.
first,
Like time is more important, but money comes first.
interesting,
Like,
because you got to put the time in for the money.
yeah, like you need money to live. That's it. That's a fact. Like you need to do things like buy food, fuel, rent, pay bills, cover your debts, shit like that. But like you make enough money to take care of those things, money has no value anymore.
Yeah.
Like once you make enough money, you don't need more money.
Also, it's the question of how much you earn and how much time you spend earning that.
Yeah, like
I think
once you're sitting comfortably, time is the most valuable thing.
I think what I was trying to say before is you have time as in the time you spend at work and the time you spend in your leisure, and I think
which is time
equaling those out is good.
What do you mean?
Like equaling out the time you spend by yourself and the time you spend like working and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have a work-life balance, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's it's such a open, like, just fucking crazy statement, I guess, time versus money.
Yeah.
Because what time do you mean, and what, do you mean spending or earning? So in terms of earning money, yeah, you have your work and your leisure. In terms of spending money, you have mainly just your leisure to work with. So in terms of leisure, time versus money, like, it just goes back on itself. It's like a fucking paradox. I think we should move on from that, because that's
I think my answer is consistently just it depends.
Yeah.
Like, Like, I mean, if I'm spending time with you, like right now, we don't have to spend any money because we're doing a podcast and we've already spent the money on the gear.
But if we're here getting drunk, and so you're shouting me drinks,
Then
is
yeah,
that
like,
time still worth more than that money that you spent?
I think the time is worth the same. It's just
I just spent a few dollars.
there's money
It's just something you
involved
need
as
to
well.
compensate for later.
I don't think money necessarily increases or decreases the value of the time you spend.
Yeah.
I think it just adds another measurement of value somewhere else. It's like this night was, in terms of money, was $50, but in terms of time, it was $6.
Yeah.
It was a good 6 hours, sort of thing.
So I'm thinking of using this as the podcast image.
Mm.
No, there's just this episode. I'm going to put it up on
Oh.
screen, but
Is that Sonic?
yeah, that's Sonic.
And then there's Bart smoking.
And there's a nuke going off in front of them. Like, you can see the light on their faces and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's that thing on the underneath?
Oh, that's
them?
Maggie. I was
She's
thinking doing
smoking
as
too.
Maggie and the bottle is like the main picture.
Fuck. No, I dig it. It's
You
it's,
dig
it's
it?
a good Simpsons.
I'm going to do it better, but that was
Yeah.
like something I drew in a lecture that I do not like.
Mm.
How's my little boy?
How's my little boy? So he's Sonic Homer.
Huh?
Sonic Homer now.
Hell yeah. Sonic.
Cool.
No, what about a Sonic Home Alone crossover?
Sonic Home Alone crossover.
Yeah. Would
Which
you go
character
for
is
that?
Sonic?
Sonic's coming to get you.
And you're Home Alone.
He's the burglar. Yeah, Sonic's the burglar.
No, what if it's Tails? Tails is Home Alone, and Sonic and Dr. Eggman are getting him, or something.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles are coming to get Tails.
Or no,
And Tails
it's
coming.
it's Eggman and Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Knuckles the Hedgehog are coming to get him. And he doesn't have any tech on him.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
So he has
his
to use household objects to
Yeah.
fend off the fastest beings in the universe.
yeah, exactly. And they got the Chaos Emeralds.
Oh fuck! That's like Sonic. That's pretty much the Infinity Stones, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck that.
That's like the
Have you guys
MacGuffin of the Sonic games.
got the Infinity Gauntlet from Sonic Legends?
Yo, go to Mecca's, man, and ask him if you want a Fortnite burger. It'll be like hella epic, dude.
Oh fuck! Have you seen the Thanos car memes?
It's
I
just
fucking love
Thanos
Thanos
car, Thanos car, Thanos car. No, it's like Thanos car, Thanos car. It's like Thanos car, Thanos car.
Thanos car.
I was just saying, I basically just said, it was your home, right? No, let me guess, your home, right? He's like, yes, and it was beautiful. Thanos car, Thanos car, Thanos car,
Thanos car.
Thanos car, Thanos car, Thanos car.
It's crazy because the car actually does look just like Thanos. Like,
I saw a brief meme on it the other day. No, at the end of the meme, it just said Thanos car, and it was like Thanos car with like a deep bass to it. So, Thanos car memes, yeah, they're pretty funny.
yeah, no, it was pretty good. I actually really like all the like, Infinity War and Thanos memes because there's shitloads of them now.
Yeah, like the one where he's
crazy.
like, let me guess your home. And he's like, yeah, and it was beautiful. Most of those are fucking funny. Like the first one I ever saw was the Minecraft one.
Yeah, I love that.
The
That's my
Reality
favorite
Stone
one.
brings it back to Minecraft. They're getting a little shitty. Like there was a Fallout one, not as effective.
Mm.
It basically showed like the nuclear wasteland. And he's
Yeah.
like, it was beautiful, and brings it to like how it looked before.
Oh,
It was okay. It was a decent meme.
that's the interesting thing about memes is that when something new happens, they put that new subject
Mm.
through all the past like subjects and criteria that there was before.
Yeah.
So like you get Thanos car,
Thanos
then-
car.
you then meld like Thanos car with like Ugandan Knuckles,
Oh god.
like because that's what you do.
Yeah, and that's how
And then
memes are
and it's
done.
like the same with the the guy looking at another girl and then there's the girl looking upset.
Yeah.
It's like how there's that and they have they use that in every sort of situation possible, and then they match that to other memes.
Yeah.
So it's like a guy's looking at the other girl, and the other girl's like Thanos car, and the normal girl's just like normal car or something. Like me
Oh, I think I've seen that
car.
one.
Well, I came up with that off the top of my head. I don't know if it's real. If it is, then copyright. I don't know. Whatever.
Fucking Thanos car. I really like the E meme where it's like Markiplier and Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
It just E. I don't even know where that came from, but
if they do a real life, you know how they're doing real life like Disney movies and stuff now.
yeah,
like,
real life Shrek.
If they do real life Shrek, they have to get Markiplier as Lord Farquaad.
Oh my god. Do you think that he looks like? I haven't really analyzed it, but you think that Lord Farquaad looks like Markiplier?
Not really. It's not. No.
I don't know. No, not really.
But like, if Markiplier were to play as Lord Farquaad, I would go, that's Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, it would work, I think. Moving on, because we don't have much time left.
Holy fuck.
Got any guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures? What do you mean?
So, you like to beat dogs, and it makes you happy, makes you pleasured. Yeah, that's a really morbid one, but it can really be anything people would scrutinize you for.
Oh, fuck.
I put pineapple on my pizza.
I do that, but I don't count that as a guilty pleasure.
No, that ain't a guilty pleasure.
Like, I don't... I'm not going to talk about it, but I could probably talk about how stupid it is that people don't like pineapple on pizza.
Sure.
Because it is. It's fucking stupid that people don't like pineapple.
I mean, it's just like anything. People just like different foods.
Like, the idea that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza at all. It's like, no.
It's like existed for fucking ages.
Like,
people barbecue pineapple.
It's like onion on a pizza. It's like, it's meant to be in like smaller chunks. It's like, you don't put like half a fucking onion on a pizza slice. Then all it is just onion. It's just an onion pizza.
Yeah.
Whereas just a pineapple pizza, that's fucking trash. It's way too juicy and sweet. It's like, that's why you put pineapple on it to sort of counterbalance the savory and of the meat and stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're not talking about pizza. Guilty pleasure. Fuck, what is a guilty pleasure? Probably,
I haven't thought about this one.
neither have I. I'll probably need a minute really quick. Something that I'll be scrutinized for.
I mean, I've used the same razor for like a while, like shaving thing.
And what, you find pleasure out of that?
No, but I'd be scrutinized for it.
Yeah, you would, but it's like,
It's not a guilty pleasure, no.
it doesn't count as a pleasure because all it's doing is fucking, you're just fucking yourself. Like, doesn't that fucking like hurt? Like, you get mad razor burn.
There's techniques.
Why just get a new razor?
I will.
Go to Dollar Shave Club. That's what I do. We need to be sponsored by Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club, please sponsor us.
Because I've had a subscription with them for fucking ages. If
How
we actually
long?
get fuck.
Do you get the cream, the butter stuff?
Yeah. Anytime I'm running low, I'll buy a new thing of the cream. I prefer that over shaving cream.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, because you see what
With
you're
the
doing.
butter. Yeah, like I don't know. It's just, I think it makes a little less mess. Like, you can use less of it.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah, you can see it. And I don't know. I just prefer it over shaving cream.
Yeah, you see, like, you're the sort of person who needs that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I only shave the neck. Which is interesting because I can actually get away with using a razor a couple times.
Yeah.
Because it's only like a little patch instead of like my whole face. Because when you shave, do you shave your whole face or what?
No, I don't mean my face.
What do you shave?
My balls.
Oh, that's even worse. You should be using a different razor each time you shave your balls.
I don't believe that.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Why?
Because it's like...
It's the same result every time.
And what, you don't get like...
There's like tiny rash, but I found techniques to get around it. And now I've perfected it, and I know.
If it works for you, it works for you.
I do me. It's not so much a guilty pleasure, but it's just the process I do something that people will scrutinize for me for.
Okay, that's... Okay. Okay.
That's a wrap, everyone. I think we should end it there.
Fuck, I don't actually have a real guilty pleasure.
I mean, if you take shitting as a pleasure, how I talked about squatting on the toilet last podcast.
I don't really find pleasure in.
I don't find pleasure in shitting.
I don't find pleasure in human activities.
I find it relieving, but not. Yeah.
Relief isn't fun. Like,
no, it isn't really. It's
like
just,
I don't find fun in like eating, drinking something that doesn't fuck you up. Like I don't find sleep very fun.
Yeah.
I don't find going to the toilet fun at all.
They're just relieving.
I don't even find driving all that fun. Like all the stuff that people do every day, I don't really consider fun because it's just a part of the routine.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever someone's like, I can't wait to sleep. Sleep is fun. Oh, I'd rather sleep. Like, I'm just like, wouldn't you rather like do something? Of course, if you're tired, but people say it just because sleep, you know?
Yeah, it's almost like people find sleep fun as if it's a hobby.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
But
I think we should wrap it up.
yeah, I think we should. I guess the closest thing to a guilty pleasure is I like.
I mean, I chew my nails, but that's not really a pleasure. But I'm guilty of it.
I think a guilty pleasure is I think of really funny shit that is very fucking inappropriate.
Yeah, same.
And I shouldn't. Like I'll think of something because I like thinking of something fucking stupid because I like to laugh.
Yeah.
It's like in a normal situation, it's fucking stupid and it's wrong, maybe even a little gross and fucked up. And then I'll have to say it out loud, or I want to say it out loud. And those times I do, it's like occasionally, like once or twice, it's met with a fuck. You're funny as. How'd you come up with that? But most of the time, it's why the fuck did you say that? Never say that again. That was fucked up.
Like this, jizzing on your dog is a guilty pleasure.
Fuck. I suppose it is. It's fucked, but it is.
I mean, it depends if you find that pleasurable, but
it is because it's fucked. If you find pleasure from that, you will be scrutinized because
exactly
you shouldn't come on your dog. Like,
I guess it's not obviously a guilty pleasure. Like, it's just something you do that is obscure that you find pleasure out of.
Is that what a guilty pleasure is?
No, that's what it is. I mean, but what we're trying to think of is things that we like do that people just straight up scrutinize us for. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
This was episode 3 of the KSW podcast.
3.
We're available on YouTube and
maybe Spotify at some point down the road.
We're gonna say that every episode now. Maybe Spotify. We're on Bandcamp.
We actually on Bandcamp.
We don't know for how long though.
Okay.
Because I don't know if Bandcamp has any restrictions. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you. Check us out. Thank you very much. Bye.